Okay, let's call this meeting to order. It is now 5:30. All right, do we have we already somebody took roll, good. We need the approval of minutes. Is there a motion?
I motion to approve.
Motion's been made. Is there a second?
I second.
Motion's been made and second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Minutes are approved. All right, now let's go to the light. Is there any public comment? We want to say anything? Awesome. Okay, let's go to the report. Adult services.
Good afternoon, everybody. So I'm going to be discussing the event last month, August. In the month of August, we had the back to school fair event that was held at Southmost, and we had a lot of people show up. They were patient. We gave them water. We gave them bolis. We made sure that they had air, like we put out fans, and also made sure that they were under the shade. And we just kept it all running. They got their backpacks, the kids, the students under 12th graders and under. And I think that is it for that event, for the back to school event. Then later on, since it's still kind of like summer, I thought, why not do a craft, but something that looks kind of different, elegant, right? Let's do a seashell mirror. And so we gave them all the materials that they needed to create that. And they really enjoyed it. Everyone fought for those starfish. They fought for it because we only had like 5. Then the Brownsville Wellness Coalition came in and they did what they call their own little happy kitchen, Cocina Feliz, o probaditas, I think that's what they call it. This is a cooking class that they do for free to the public and to do recipes that are very healthy and natural based. The one that they did there was the chocolate veggie muffin. Have you guys tried that one before?
Like with zucchini?
Oh, wow. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I've tried
It's
that one.
zucchini. It tastes just like a muffin, right? A regular muffin. El panecito, the bread is kind of a little bit hard, but like you can tell, like with ay, como cuando. Can give an example. It doesn't taste like the angel cake that they call it.
Yeah,
without
yeah.
the
It's
yolk.
not dry like that. It's
Right. And you can barely taste the zucchini.
Yeah.
Like it's.
I tricked my son into that one.
There's no flour, no nothing, just
No.
They
Mhm.
do. Well, this one did
Oh,
have
mine
flour
didn't.
and flour. Canola oil too. They have the recipe. It was right there, but I know you can barely see the ingredients. And while they were making the batter for the muffins, they put it inside their little muffin that was right there. And while it was cooking, there was conversations. The patrons had questions. And by the time that the class ended, 20 minutes más o menos, the muffins were ready. And so then they were able to taste what they saw the ladies preparing, and then they ate it more. And they got extras too, because they brought in some that they had made the day prior, and they were like this tiny, like very tiny mini muffins. And that's it. Next. For this month, last week, we had the postre delicioso, Hispanic dessert that I live in my family, but apparently everybody knows about it too. But so anyway, I told everybody this is a very familial dessert. It feels very homely. You can take it to the Thanksgiving party. You know, you can make one for it. And it just consisted of 4 ingredients: the galletas Marias, banana, the lechera, the condensed milk, and cinnamon. So the kids liked it, the people liked it. Yes.
That's awesome.
We started the computer classes at both branches. We had a very good turnout. And in this very first class, I even had a kid, maybe 10 years old, and a teenager. I'm going to say she was 13 or 14. They were into the class. Yes, they're welcome to. It's an adult class, but they were talking more than the adults. We're a little bit more shy.
What was the first class about?
What is a computer?
Oh, okay.
So they learned the basics. I showed them like the components of the computer, what the computers are for, how computers are not just the laptop, but also the phone, the calculator, the servers, all of that, and
Okay.
what they're for, like everything. And I always remind them, the computers are not in control. You are. I'm like, who created them? We did. Humans did. And so just to relieve their tension about learning computers. Then tonight, I'm going to be going right after this meeting to the scrapbooking event. And we're going to be having it in the teen zone area, starting at 6. And next week, we're going to have the American Foundation Suicide Prevention come to the Southwest branch to give a talk on like what things to look out for, how to help them out, how reaching out can be anonymous. Well, it's anonymous, reaching out for help. And that's what we're going to be doing for the month of September.
Is there any way you can also get a one over here on this side of town?
So right now we've been doing it like depending on the activity.
Mhm.
Usually info sessions, we need more people to come. And so right now, then we're just concentrating it on one branch.
Okay.
Also to get people to go to that branch.
Yeah, well, I was just curious because
But sometimes we do have it at both branches. For example, when we have trivia night, which we are gonna have next month.
I'm talking about the suicide prevention. Hannah just had a student that
Hannah.
Hannah High School. Had a student that committed suicide. So this side of town, get more information out. Okay, is that it? All right,
Maybe what you could do, you can hopefully leave information that we can also transport this way and have available at both sites.
that would be good.
Okay.
Do you have the name of the student? Never mind.
Is that it,
no.
asking? The GoFundMe one?
I think so.
And just today in the morning, sorry, I'm making it a little bit longer. This will be my last. A patron did look at our calendar and they were asking, what does that mean? What does that mean? AFCSP. And then I explained to them, it's like, oh, okay, that is very helpful. Like we need to talk more about counseling services, all these things that are available. And for it to be open, not very like,
The stigma around it.
Yeah.
yes, the stigma around it, like to let it go.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
So we're next children's services, youth.
I'm gonna do children's services today,
Okay.
if you wanna move.
Oh, sorry, youth.
Sarah Weisinger, sorry. So we've got top line numbers for children's services. Total program attendance was 242 at Maine, 84 at Southmost, and there were about 8 different programs that are included in here. In addition to the standard services, which are bouncing baby stories and snacks, stories and cuentos, and Lego Lab, toddler play date, and sensory friendly play date. The pictures on the 2 to the left are about Paddington in Peru, where we had a movie and a little bit of crafting for them to do. And parents came in and really enjoyed the movie and the fun. On the 2 to the right, it was craft and sip, where we just took a lot of old crafts that we had leftovers with, put them all on the table in the middle, and then offered tune your flavor lemonade, which they really loved. We offered about 6 different flavors that they could add to their lemonade, and kids were coming up and down all the time, mixing flavors and trying different things. It was a pretty amazing turnout for that. And some of the crafts were really thought-provoking and kind of fun to see what they would do with it completely on their own without us kind of guiding them. In September, coming up, I think, maybe one more, okay. We've got DIY mugs, and we've had that event. It was very popular with over 91 people showing up, and the kids enjoyed kind of making their own scene that then got put into the mug. And we had music and some bubble videos on the screen, and when they got done, they had their own little dance party in the corner. So it was kind of fun to see them enjoy it so much. Dog Man is coming up, so we heavily promoted that because Dog Man is one of the most popular books this year. I don't think we can keep it on the shelf.
Me neither.
The minute it goes on, it's up again, it's reserved. It's like,
I don't even shelf it anymore. I just hold
Yeah.
it right next to my desk here.
yeah. Demand is huge, and so they're very excited about it. And then kind of a new kind of little thing with dollars and cents presented by the Junior League of Brownsville. They're going to teach kids about making smart money choices. And they're going to be doing rotating classes at Main and Southmost from here on out. We have, if you want to move forward, we have a campaign going right now, Share Every Love. It's helping kids in school refer a friend to the library. Current card holders give referral tickets to friends and family. When they bring their referral tickets to the library, the referrer gets entered into a giveaway, and the prizes are an iPad or two $50 Walmart gift cards. I don't have stats on that yet, but we will have that for next month. And then do you want to move forward for the sneak peek on Trunk or Treat? It's going to be on 20th of October at Southmost. And we'll be doing it in a similar kind of way to the years in the past. I believe we're not going to have cars. We'll probably have tables instead of cars, but the same high volume treat passing out, games, and all kinds of fun coming up. So.
Sounds like
We'll
luck.
have more parking spaces because that's always a problem, especially at South.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's all I've
All
got.
right. Thank you very much.
Sure.
Any questions? Teen Services?
That's me also.
Also, all right,
I'm playing double roles today.
continue.
So you can move forward. In August, we only really had 2 events. We had a very busy first week in August due to a leadership conference for the city. So we kind of canceled teen night, which means we only had teen advisory, teen Thursday, and teen anime. So it was also, kids had just gone back to school, and attendance in general was, I would say, down a bit. But we threw this out, teen advisory and teen Thursday. We both had big Uno games. The numbers are kind of low. We had 12 people, but we had a whopping 12 people here at Maine. 2 tables of Uno in fierce competitive strategic combat for the prizes that we had to offer. I have to say, there's a kid, you can't quite see him in the purple shirt there. He's been coming to events since April, I think. And he's stone-faced, super quiet. It was the first time I'd ever seen the kid smile. I was shocked. He had such a good time. He was flirting with girls. All like come together.
In the library.
And his mom always comes with him, I think, because she kind of brings him as a hostage, but he literally did have significant fun this time.
Uno.
I love playing Uno. Man, they're masters of it. So that's Uno night for teen advisory and 13 Thursday. The other thing we did was we tried to play to the popular topics. We had Strong World. It's a one-piece movie. It's animated. And what we did was DIY spicy popcorn. We kind of set it up in the back of the room. We've got signage to guide them, and we kind of walk them through the steps. And we had much better numbers. At Maine, They really love making their own popcorn. It really gets them going. They can flavor it their own way. We give them a few different choices. They stand in line to work through the process. They bag it up themselves. The kids were coming back for 2 and 3 different times, making popcorn for their friends. So I feel like it's always a big hit. And many people did stay to watch the movie. It was super action packed and PG-13. So we made sure that all the moms were cool with PG-13, and they all seemed to be. So those were teen services for August. In September, we're doing a kind of a ID card case decorating for teen advisory. Teen night was canceled again due to our retreat day here. So we didn't have that event again in September. Sailor Moon is our teen anime meeting, teen anime presentation, and we're going to do a perler bead craft. It's going to be challenging, but really good. I think a lot of kids are excited when I showed them about the possibility.
Oh, okay, thank you. Yeah.
So coming up in October, we've got a teen lock-in at Maine, October 10th. We're still putting the finishing touches on that and getting the staffing worked out, but it looks like it will be fun. We're going to have laser tag. We're going to have kind of a secret zombie rush in the laser tag game. We're going to remake the children's room to be like almost like an obstacle course for the laser tag to make it fun. We're going to have probably some s'mores out in the courtyard area. We're going to have DIY sandwich making with just simple grilled cheese fixes for them to kind of figure it out for themselves. A couple of different crafts we're working on. And I'm hoping that we'll end it all up with lots of dancing, whether it's dancing with a video game that they typically play a lot of, or we'll just have kind of like a ravey experience where we can just like dance the night out at the end. So I'm hoping it's going to be lots of fun. We will start recruiting for it as the Southmost anniversary party happens. I'm working on an autistic teen night in November. We're working with the Texas Autism Society in getting some training on it so that we're a little bit more aware. We're going to hold kind of a simultaneous teen event in the teen zone and an adjacent adult event because their seniors always get a lot of a break or much socialization. And that way they're also there if they're needed, if somebody has difficulties or a meltdown or needs bathrooming help. So we're kind of working it side by side. I will be seeking probably reservations for it online, just so that everybody's aware of what we're offering and what this facility is like, and they feel like their child can fit into the environment. I'm told by the Texas Autism Society that teen places together is just like the hugest need, especially for autistic teens. I think they said something like we'd be one of the first libraries in the state of Texas to do this, which is kind of exciting also. So we're still piecing that together. And that's it. For one other small preview in December, we don't typically have a lot of teen activities. I'm trying to put together a Friends of the Library Volunteer Day with some cookie making, where the kids will work in the Friends of the Library bookstore for the day, probably in 2 to 4 hour shifts all day, maybe wearing costumes. And we figure it'll bring some holiday fun into the library. It will help sell some books. It'll get them and their friends and family into the bookstore and the library, and they'll be handing out little cookies that they make along the way. When I previewed this with the kids at the last teen advisory meeting, they were very excited. So it's nice to have them thinking about the holiday season as a giving season, not just a receiving season. So that's what I'm trying to do. Anyways, thanks.
Good idea.
Yeah. Right, is that it? Okay, thank you very much. Makerspace?
I'll be giving the makerspace update today. Hello, everybody. My name is Linda. We're gonna go ahead and jump right in. For August, we did block printing, and essentially that was with some specialized tools that we ordered. And they were carving out the negative space of the picture that they wanted, as you can see in the pictures provided. And then they were just using it as a stamp, and they did get to take this home. So then they had a stamp that they made. So that was really cool. We had 30 people, 30 at Southmost and 50 here at the main branch library. For upcoming, one of our programs upcoming is the astrology versus astronomy. So that is going to be partly as a presentation, sort of outlining what the difference is and how those kind of feed into each other. We are going to be we're going to give them little keychains for their like a star sign. And then we're also going to start to showcase our telescopes, which is another slide that you'll see. But this kind of just to kind of jump off, we're going to try to do more astronomy programming in the future, specifically in Makerspace with the telescopes that we have incoming. Next slide. For October, one of the events that we're going to have is the Marble Run, and I actually have a couple of examples. The ones you see there are the ones we did for our staff retreat. So it's a really fun activity. It involves like critical thinking, creative structure. So it's a little bit of everything, and they essentially get to make their own paper roller coaster and then see if it works. So they're gonna get a little marble and they're gonna see if their roller coaster actually runs. So you can see the couple of examples, but coming in the month of October. And then sad that have happened recently is that our direct to film, which is the DTF printer, is currently out of service at both branches. We are looking into getting a replacement that require little or less maintenance, that it's a little easier to keep them running. But as of right now, we're no longer offering that service.
And that's only because of all the usage that has been.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we learned from that. We're gonna get more. There's always something better out there that you maintain.
So like I mentioned, we are going to have telescopes soon. We will be showcasing them during our programming, and then we will soon be rolling them out to be available for checkout. So we are working on the smaller steps for that, like procedures for the checking out, all of the kind of listing all of the items. I think we're gonna need a waiver just because they are high-priced items. But we are going to have them available to check out for the public. And we are also working on getting like filters so that when they take them out, they're able to do certain things with them. Like there's a sun filter, there's a moon filter to kind of view safely. But that is something that's coming. We are going to have 13 total for programming, so that there'll be some here and some at Southmost, and then 4 for each branch for patron use to check out.
Or are they gonna check them out and use them on premise or check them out?
Come out and like take them with them.
Okay.
With them.
Yeah.
Just double checking.
No, you're good. So we have 2 different kinds, 2 smaller ones and 2 larger ones. And the main difference between that is the larger the lens, the more light that goes through and the clearer the image. We're going to have, like I said, we're going to have the steps and everything included. When the patrons come to check it out, they're going to sign a waiver so they get all of the information also. Any questions?
Well,
That is pretty cool. I don't think I've ever seen telescopes being checked out in libraries.
I guess I worry that they're gonna get. I'm
That they're not returning.
I'm not gonna check one out because it'll get broken. I guess as long as they find-
I mean,
They do come with
it's a
papers.
risk,
As long as they
but
haven't signed a waiver, I
and
think.
technically somebody who's gonna check out a telescope probably
Is it
Well, should at least have
enough, I guess,
some
to check it out,
working
probably.
knowledge.
Yeah, some have, we're gonna try to provide instructions, so basic instructions. We're gonna, like I said, we're gonna have a couple of different events so that people will get to see them and like use them so that if they're interested, they could probably take it out.
Yeah.
Also, we often partner with the stars. I know we're partnering with them for the October Observe the Moon, and October 4th. So we'll have some in-house so that people can see them and use them here with us, and so they can get guidance, but then we'll also have them. There's people who are really interested and they just don't have the funds to
yes, yeah.
to buy their own, so it's gonna be a real nice option for them.
Yeah, and one of the things that you said, this is something that our staff really shoot for the fences, you know. We have to think of the positives instead of,
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
when we first checked out the iPad, oh, God forbid, they're gonna take.
yeah.
The same thing, I guess I forgot about the iPad.
Yeah.
Well, at least we're ahead of the curve. We're the first library to do the autistic. Now we're checking out
I
telescope.
have to say that there are a couple of different libraries that do the telescopes, but
Yeah.
we're the first one in the area, at least.
In the valley.
Highlighted with that BTV, or what, that Brownsville TV event, like, that'll be really fun.
And it's kind of a buildup, because we're trying to, the library of things. So we're also trying to experiment, like, find out what do our patrons want? What are the interests? What are the other things that we can check out besides our books, besides?
Yeah.
I think one of the things that actually Becca forgot to mention was we're going to be doing the gardening tool sets.
Oh,
So we're
okay.
doing the take a plant, leave a plant thing. We're still rolling that out. And then, so we're also doing like little tiny briefcases, and you pop it open, it has like a little shovel, it has like a little till.
Oh, okay.
They have, so.
It's a 20-piece gardening tool set that you can take up for a week.
And then maybe you can partner with the, what is it, the Brownsville Wellness?
We are working with
Yeah.
That's exactly what we.
this whole
And
project.
grant you some,
So they did donate seats to us,
Mm.
as well as they have offered to kind of do classes with us. So you should be able to see that within the next year at least.
okay, that's good.
Sounds good. All right. Thank you very much. Okay, outreach.
So, hi, my name is Courtney Taylor, Library Services Coordinator. So to confirm what Ms. Bertha was saying, one of our first events or in-reach events for this month was the back to school book fairs. We were able to give out over 432 backpacks. And at our table, we saw at least 555 people. During this event, they had over 20 different stations and vendors that they were able to talk to and get different school supplies from. And we required them to do bingo. So they had to see at least 5 of us in order to get their backpack and go pick up that for them to get extra prizes. And we still had other people come back afterwards, after they did their initial 5, to still talk to the rest of the vendors. Everybody was really happy about participating. And as you can tell, I still found the way to fit in all the puppies that we were able to see, because Bark was there and fire department came with their mascot behind us as well. So it was myself and Miss Ana Sofia the table. One of the more interesting things that we did during this event is we kind of asked what your favorite thing was about the library, and we got completely varying responses. Some people, it's your air conditioning is so good. Other people like, well, I guess you're a house for books. They really like our maker space. They like the driving simulator, and we heard more about our databases and stuff. So it was really affirming to hear all the positive comments while the event was happening and see all the ways that people responded, because we got completely different types of answers from our little kids versus our adults and teens. So that was a fun way to go about this. Next slide, please. We did do our first Friday. We were able to go to, as our planning department is trying to do their survey for downtown, and they wanted us to collaborate. Yes, downtown master plan. They wanted us to collaborate with them to kind of help the children be distracted while the parents filled out the survey. So we set up coloring pages and books for the children to enjoy while we gave out our library information. And what we found out while we were doing this is we got a lot more teens and adults who wanted to color than the little kids. The little kids wanted to go out and dance with the techno music that was outside during it and see all the different vendors. We were still able to see 238 people during this event. And this particular day was a day where we had a heat wave in Brownsville. In the middle building, but we were still partying and having a lot of fun. Planning department was very grateful that we were there helping them, as well as ODNHR on the other end, kind of funneling everybody in to take the survey and discuss what they'd like to see in Brownsville, and kind of telling them, libraries too, while they were filling out the survey.
Pop up.
Slide, please. Continue doing additional back to school events. So The one on the left-hand side is Brownsville PD's big back to school event. It's part of a health fair as well as a back to school event. So they were giving out a lot of school supplies and stuff. This was also the same day as First Friday. So all of my Pobrecito outreach people, we were all very, very grateful to get back after giving away all of our stuff. They actually ran out of supplies while we were at PD's back to school event because they saw over 913 people. They also had like EMS and other departments there dealing with the heat, as well as carnival rides, bouncing houses, that type of thing. But they were super grateful for our notepads and our Dogman erasers. Definitely pulled them in. Chick-fil-A also had us do their back to school event. So they had multiple vendors on the Morrison Chick-fil-A going through the grass in the front. So they kind of led you in a zigzag line. They reached out to us 3 or 4 times, making sure that we were sure about how we were doing our setup, making sure that we had everything we needed, coordinating with us. And they were really, really helpful to our staff during the day of, even giving out additional supplies while we had more people there. The children really liked being able to see their children's librarian there and recognizing her and having a good time with her. So we definitely felt like this was an event that we would love to go to yet again. And no, it wasn't just because we got to see the cow and get some chicken. These Himika also did back to school, but it was more for adults, even though they were giving out school supplies. We promoted our sensory friendly events through children and showed off our mobility aid prints. The highlight for databases was tutor.com because we talked about you can kind of write out your paper and get hints about it. You can get different types of math solutions to these as well. And it won't give you the exact answer. It'll give you like a similar problem. So you kind of get steps to it. So we were able to see 85 people here. And then South Texas Rehab Hospital had their employee health and wellness fair. So we got to talk to all of the adults there about how the library can help them, whether or not it's through
Have joined in the Pan Zone for DIY our own scrapbooks, starting right now. You there?
whether it's through using our study pods or meeting rooms to kind of facilitate you getting further education, or using our databases like Gail to see more cases in health services. But they really enjoyed being there. We saw 103 people. Next slide. One of the reasons why Miss Kayla is not here for Children's Services is because we are continuing our City of Brownsville plan to speak to all of our city departments about library services and offer them library cards. This past month, we were able to see PD, Fire, and Office of Emergency Management. We had over 6 events and spoke to about 125 people in their departments. Each department kind of had something that they highlighted a bit differently. So the fire department was interested in learning about Freego and about our music services. PD, even though they've been to some of our events, thought more about being included in our smaller events instead of just our bigger events like our trunk or treat. And then OEM really enjoyed our 3D prints because we brought out the swords and the giant dragon. So they were pretty enamored with that. Next slide. All in all, we had over 12 events leading to 2,000 people. For the fiscal year to date, we're over 20,000. And then our future events include us going to Gallegos Elementary, hopefully.
Gallegos.
Thank you. So talking about Library Sign Up Month, Ms. Kayla will go into that. We're going to help our city secretary with National Voter Registration Day, and then we're filling out for the rest of our departments so that all of one city knows about the library, where we are, what we do, what we offer, so we can help them as employees, and then they can help our community further. Does anybody have any questions?
Thank you. Okay, utilization statistics.
Hello, everybody. Good evening. My name is Aaron Solis. My position is Operations Assistant. So I work as the assistant counterpart to Lisa in the Operations Department. Tonight, I'll be sharing highlights from our August utilization statistics and specifically of our most popular platform, which I'm sure many of you have at least heard of, Boundless. Starting with a general overview, this graph here shows the number of active users, which is the bar in blue, along with the number of checkouts and holds in yellow and red. Sorry if it's a bit small to see. And this is for this year, I'm sorry, from January through August. September is low because we're still in September. I think what stands out most in this graph is not just the volume of activity, which is much greater than our other online platforms, but the stability. Month over month, it's our most steady online platform that patrons don't just try out once or twice and know only one usage, but they consistently make it a regular part of what they're reading. I think that's a really great thing to see. Next slide, please. So this takes a closer look at the utilization of electronic magazines and newspapers specifically. So the graph on top shows the number of article opens per week, which varies from about 800 and then it dips to about 3,000 article opens per week in its peaks, which adds up to a monthly total of this past month in August, 6,534. And as a fun little tidbit that's not really on there, the number of users that got 6,534 article opens was 52. So on average, patrons are reading about 32 articles a week. So it's not just, oh, they're trying this and that. They're consistently reading these articles and making it a part of their daily life. Really great to see. To the right, you can see our top 10 publications. Our most popular one by far being the Dallas Morning News, followed by The Economist, or Wall Street Journal, Economist, Women's World, USA Today, Good Housekeeping, Rolling Stone, Star Magazine, New Zealand House and Garden, and BBC Top Gear. The other quarter is all of the other publications that we offer combined, which is maybe about 50, 60. It's a large number. So you can see that the people aren't just, even though the Dallas Morning News, Rolling Stone are like the bread and butter of what they're opening, people have a wide array of interests. All these are all getting open, they're all getting used. So it's great to see that people are utilizing all of these publications that we have. Next slide, please. Here you can see a chart of the average times of utilization. So these are the number of articles that are opened on that particular day and time throughout the month of August, which was a bit surprising to me because although as I would have expected, there's a consistent opening around 9, 10 a.m. every day. By far, the most popular times are Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday night. I'm not sure if it's one user or several, but someone really enjoys reading articles from about midnight and at like 2 a.m. So it's great to see that people
That's when nobody bothers you, so.
I drink coffee at 3 in the morning.
Yeah, like they're adding it into their lives in their own ways, not just, oh, I'm going to wake up and read the newspaper, but yeah, it's very interesting to see.
That's a good time to read.
We can go to the next slide, please. Here we can see, I prepared a chart of what the patrons are reading the most by subject. So our most popular subjects on the left-hand side being lifestyle, politics, and US news, not very surprisingly. But you can also see, I'm sorry that it gets very small, that as you go down, there's a wide variety of topics that people read. I really enjoy seeing that people are reading Middle East, Germany, Canada, India, and Australia news. So people, they have their interests. And what I like about the data is not that it shows the balance in what they're interested in. It can represent, each square can represent a need that the patrons have, whether that's a need for entertainment or for news or to keep up with a particular region or to learn from a certain topic. It's all a need, and it's a need that we're reaching where they are from their phone, from their computer, which I think is wonderful. And that's all I have for the operations statistics. If anyone has any questions, I'd be more than happy to answer.
That's interesting data, just targeting your patrons based on their interest.
Yeah, and obviously, we do have the annual report, which we have more broad data like utilization, Wi-Fi sessions, all that stuff that we can share as part of the next process. Okay, normally the chair is the one that we just do the highlight and the chair signs it required. But we can share more data as far as, but this is more cool to keep you entertained.
Yeah.
And so
Informed.
But one of the things that I wanted to share on the updates, first and foremost, it's besides all the stuff that our staff do, just day-to-day operation. Go into the library, you see people come in and enjoy just sitting down, reading, chatting with each other, using this as a community hub. That, what do you put in that? Is the awesomeness. And obviously there's some concerns that one of our staff members says, all libraries have complaints. Well, we take the complaints seriously, but there are very few overall based on our transaction. But people enjoy coming to the library besides all the awesome that we do. And so I just want to share, if you want to spend time, we can give you a tour, just spend some time here and you see how much our patrons really enjoy it. And case in point, I think the staff talked about our staff retreat, which happened next to the Labor Day. And believe me, there were complaints about being closed that day, but the staff retreat was not only required, it was a necessity.
Yeah.
It was needed, and our staff enjoyed the retreat. Just some training, some speakers, good food, obviously, but get to know each other. But the people complain about us being closed. That's a good thing.
I was gonna say, they wanted to come, yeah.
That's a good thing. And the other update that I want to share with you, and obviously you saw Miss Sarah take double duty on the term she used, but we're short staff of 2 librarians, one in the teen area, who actually her last day was today, and one in the youth. She moved on to BISD, as my understanding. So we are short staff. So we might need to reduce programming because we don't want to do a burnout on awesome staff. It's hard to find librarians. More so, it's hard to find librarians locally. But we have a great team again, and we're gonna continue to the best of our abilities. We've done some changes. We created a new staff lounge because the previous staff lounge was shared with the cafe staff that is rented out. So we carved off some area in the circulation room for staff so they can feel comfortable. We always got to make sure that our staff don't burn out. And we do have 2 libraries. The fact is there are 2 different libraries. And one is more active than the other, but they're all unique in their own sense. So we want to make sure that our staff is not burned out. We try to move people around. But we do have a good team, and we are the best library in South Texas, hands down. And so thank you for your support. Again, any other update, the budget got approved, and we're happy to say that there was only 2 positions added in the whole system, the whole city, and we're one of them. With the makerspace supervisor, we definitely need somebody that's going to lead this makerspace team. We had to be creative. There was no money, but the fact that we were creative and we're going to carve out some money from our book budget to create this position because it is needed. Because of that effort, the city at the half year is going to give us that money. So in reality, we are going to be even Steven at the end of the budget year, but we had to sacrifice some money from our book budget because that position is needed. Sometimes we have to close that department because people take vacation and they're safe and all that. So and what have you. So we're going to add 1 position. It's going to be basically the supervisor of makerspace staff. So we're going to take a hit at the very beginning of the budget, but then we're going to recuperate
at the halfway point.
Correct. And so I fought for that. Brenda fought for that, and so that approved. And so that's the update, right, Brenda? The master fee, thanks to Melinda and all the staff, we are going to be fine free. We're not going to be charging for late fees anymore. Starting that one, we actually a lot of libraries beat us to the punch. We were late we were late, but our patrons deserve it, and hopefully that will motivate more reading. And there's other things in the future, but for now, there's no more late fees.
Even just
Now,
the
there's going to be a
books.
fee if you lose a fine, if you lose a book, but or damage something. But as far as late, you're going to stay longer with it. Good. I mean, that promotes reading. So.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because a lot of the times, I don't know why, if they feel like they owe $1 or something, they don't want to, show up. with the book. Like, just bring it back. Just bring me the book back.
We took longer to make the decision for reasons that I can't discuss, but
Uh-huh.
we needed the revenue, but the city, but now it was a good thing. It's a positive, and actually came out in the budget that we wanted to reduce those fees. So hopefully that will improve utilization and people feel safe or comfortable, come back to return the book without paying that fee.
Without being looked frowned upon.
Any questions for me?
And then we got the anniversary at the other library.
Yes, we have the anniversary next Wednesday from 5:30 to 8, the 24th. I hope to see you there.
24th?
Big pachanga, it's gonna be September 24th, my son's birthday.
Larry.
Uh,
Yeah, I had the Chamber of Commerce event that day, so
Yeah.
I had to hire staff to
What,
cover my other half. I'll be out there at 5. I'll be out there by
5:30 to 8.
5:30, 5:45, I'll be out there.
Perfect, and I come, it's gonna be hard to find parking, or sophomore.
I'm gonna put it at 5 o'clock. so
Yeah,
I
yeah.
get parking.
Don't forget, parking at the observatory.
Yeah,
Comes to
The grass, there?
grass area.
Okay.
yeah, but it'll be fun.
I'll be out there.
Our team has done a great job in planning it. We have vendors, we have food, cupcakes, teachers, and
Kind of like what was here,
same thing.
there? Okay, yeah, that was fun.
And let's have more, gotta go out there. Gotta go represent.
Yeah,
So,
thank you. Thank you for getting anything else? Again, we're short staffed, but our staff keeps on.
Well, if you need volunteers, I can help
The
you
answer
out
is
with
yes.
thing. Just let me know. I mean, after 4, of course. I'm there.
Just to represent, and again, we
Yeah.
really appreciate your support, the advocate for us, so. Awesome.
okay, that it?
Sounds good.
Is there a motion for adjournment?
Motion to adjourn. I
Is there
second.
a second? Okay, motion's been made and second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, we stay longer now. Meeting's adjourned. Thank you.